Hello and welcome back to Betrayal on the Trail. When we last saw our heroes, they had arrived at a crucium, having come to meet their ally and head tactician of the military, Kenry. The party was stopped by a paladin of the Order of Serenity at the gate of the crucium, who tried to block them from entering, when a second paladin, who 3 had helped in the past, approached and lied about having been given an order by Kenry to bring the party into the city. The paladin escorted the party through the city and left them outside the military base before returning to his post. And that is where we shall continue our adventure.
And so, we find our heroes in front of the head of military operations of the crucium, looking up at the gold spire ascending into the heavens. The streets themselves around this area are extremely quiet, not like the bustling streets from the last 2 tiers, which were filled with refugees and just people in a general panic about the attack. This area seems completely just dead, like a ghost town. The base itself, it doesn't have any guards on the door. And the door itself actually hangs open, allowing you to kind of see a little bit inside of it. There is a button on the side of the door, and it says, visitors ring here. What would you guys like to do?
Right, so we just do we just go in and loudly demand the head of the military?
We could just say that we're here to see Canry. But I mean, we could ring for someone and then say that rather than walking into the military camp shouting.
I mean, they feel similar.
I don't overly want to get arrested or anything.
No.
Is our wagon still... Are we alright? Can we hitch that somewhere? It's got a couple of heads in it, and I'm worried.
Yeah. It's got a load of weapons as well. I wrote down that we took 3 bundles of weapons with us.
We're not exactly,
it's a real
least suspicious group.
Yeah, until they look in there, and then we are.
Yeah, and then it's sore.
Yeah.
It's pretty quiet around here right now, so I think it'll be fine to leave the wagon wherever we leave it, as long as we're not on a double yellow line.
I can alarm it so we know if anyone's interfering with it. If you give me a hot sec.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Sounds
I like that.
You guys can debate how we're entering. I'm just gonna go and alarm this for 10.5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any reason to be secretive. I don't think.
No, I think we should just be fairly upfront. They might not let us see Canry, though.
Well, they will.
Yeah. We'll find Henry one way or the other.
Are we going to roleplay out these 10 minutes? Can we skip them?
No.
Just 10 minutes of awkward silence.
Yeah, I bring real, authentic play at this table. You live every single moment.
With my little eye. Something.
Kamal cranes his neck up immediately to the big golden spire. He's like,
beginning with S.
Is it Sky?
No.
3, it's your turn.
3's going to point at Arabella. Spells!
That's it.
Go in the fucking base, please.
Just ring the bell.
Cool. So you hit the button, and kind of blue energy makes its way out of the button and starts to collect on the ground, and it makes a small gnomish figure. It looks up to you and is like, "Good morning. Unfortunately, all members of staff are out for the day. We cannot allow you into the building, as there is nothing going on inside, so please make your way away from the vicinity. Thank you, have an amazing day."
Wait, where's Canry?
I cannot give out the location of key players of our military. So sorry.
But she's not in there.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Well, you said that nobody was in.
Well,
So you could confirm that they're not in, right?
I am an AI that was given a script to read. This is my one existence.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm not capable of joy.
Honestly, same.
The feeling is mutual, yes.
It's been a tough few weeks.
That's so sad.
How up to date are you with the most recent comings and goings of the war?
I'm mainly used for sending people away at the door when we can't take visitors.
Right. You've sort of given your game away a little with that description of your existence, you know?
I'm not trying to play a game, I'm just trying to inform you that there's no one in.
There's no one in, so Canry's not in the building.
Well, I mean, there's no one in that could show you around. Like, there's meetings and stuff happening in the building, but, like, I can't...
We're not here for a guided tour.
Well, that's what most like, you can't just come into a military base and start fucking around.
Well, we're good friends
No,
with
we're not here for fucking around.
Look,
We're really important.
I'm-
We're really important to the war effort, I promise.
You know, I've just learned an emotion today. I've started to become sentient. It's exasperation.
I'm gonna put my hand up to him and try and like touch his face or like
Just-
push.
It just
Through.
goes
Is he like made of light?
It goes through. Yeah, he is not a physical entity.
Is there any part of you that's physical?
There's a power source, yes.
Right, I'm going to break it if you don't tell us where Camry is.
Make an intimidation check. Oh god. I think this is bad. So that's 3 -1 for 2.
He's gonna step in a little bit and look up to you, like towering above him, and just be like, I told you, I don't feel emotions. I'm not fucking scared of you.
Right. Does Camry have an office of any kind here? And can you tell us the location of it?
Her office is points to the spire, right up to the top. It's up there.
Is the spire outside of the military base? Like, do you have to pass through the military base to get to the spire?
It's in the center of the base. You can't see an exit on any of the exterior bits, so you would assume you'd have to enter through the base itself.
Maybe we should throw a rock at the spire, like at Canry's window, whichever one we think it is.
How high up is this?
800 feet. But feel free to make a strength check.
I'm strong.
Arabella,
Yeah,
make a
I'll try.
If only someone had some kind of magic to make things fly up in the air.
Fair point.
I mean, I could climb, but I don't want to be shot down and arrested. Is the only issue.
That is so very high.
I know. I don't. I just won't look down. I heard that helps climb high things.
Is it possible? Remember that trick you pulled with the fountain, making it sing?
Oh, magic mouth. I think
Could you maybe affix a magic mouse to a creature like, say, a pigeon or a rat?
it has to be on an object and not a creature by the looks of it. In the
If
wording.
you put it on some kind of rock and then I could use my gravity powers to... Well, if there's an entire spire there, we wouldn't know where to send it.
Well, if you get a pigeon, like carrying a rock, and then flying in like a spiral up around the thing, just kind of shouting "Canry" over and over again.
Is this going to be perceived as a threat?
No, I feel like, Henry, please come down. We mean no harm. We are the ones that the ones the good.
Maybe
the
we should.
good,
Like, there
the
are lots
good
of soldiers
guys.
outside of the base. Maybe we should go and find one and persuade them that we need to talk to Canry, and because they must have clearance to go into the base.
I mean, I don't know. I like
The
I like
only-
our pigeon idea, to be honest.
The only one of us, the only one of them that's had any time for us was one we'd personally helped. We were about to be in trouble with one of the Order of Serenity on the way in here. I'm not sure they'll be all that willing to give us the time of day.
Hmm.
Do we just go in? I mean, he can't stop us.
We can
Oh, wait.
just go in. We'll definitely get in trouble, but it's just whether we think we can get ourselves out of trouble.
We're usually pretty good at that.
Yeah, we never talk ourselves into dodgy
Sometimes.
situations.
All right. Well, do you have a name, being?
No, I'm essentially a doorbell.
You're not a very good one. You don't tell the people inside that we're here.
The people that I tell aren't here right now.
I mean, if functionally a big knocker would suffice.
It would be better, in fact.
Well, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry that I tried to infuse some whimsy into your
You
day
need-
by being like a cool little gnome fellow.
You need
You don't have emotions. You don't know what whimsy is.
Yeah,
I'm
who
not
needs
sorry
who
at
needs
all.
a door knocker with a conscience? Just go. Leave us alone.
It dissipates, yeah.
Sorry, before we go in and cause a load of trouble, can I clarify? We're donating these weapons that we've got with us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because that's a good reason to go in, rather than just, hey, Canry, what's going on? And then we can, hey, Canry, what's going on afterwards.
Yeah.
I just mean it's good for us to have, a plausible, distinct reason that we're going in.
Sounds good.
If we just, unpack all the swords and lay them out in front of the door.
You spell out, can we let me in using this weaponry.
I'm this close, I'm this close. We get the effing heads out. What if we lob one over
That might be seen as a threat.
This is what we can do.
You're next!
We've done it once, we'll do it again.
All right, yeah, let's go. I'm marching in.
Yeah, let's go in.
Yep.
So you go through this little entrance corridor, comes to a set of double doors, push them open, and you are in some kind of large briefing area. There is a kind of raised bit of ground at the front where you assume a military director would speak from, and then big open area where you assume all the soldiers would line up. There's a few sets of armor for the Knight of the Silkstream, which are the Crucium specific military on the left hand of the room, and the Order of Serenity's armor displayed on the right side of the room. There are multiple doors out of this area. The one on the left is marked with a silver stream. The one on the right is Order of Serenity. There is one head just to the side of the raised bit of ground that says trainees on it. And there's another door atop the raised bit of ground. Back wall on this raised bit of ground there's a list of a couple of hundred of names on it, and you can only assume they are each segmented into each of the military groups. The different people that have passed away during the wars, all put up there forever in memory.
Is that in recent memory or?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wander to the list and have a look.
Yeah.
Definitely looking for Sir Jeffrey's name.
Yeah, Sir Jeffrey is is on there, on the Order of Serenity side. One of the more recent of the names. Still quite a bit far back, because it was quite a few years ago. But
I'll just sort of like look and then realise that I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Have a second with it and then turn back to everybody.
You okay?
It's my father.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Which way are we going?
Up. Potentially. Are we...
We're going for the spire, I guess, yeah.
We haven't seen anyone, right? This room's completely empty.
yeah, completely empty.
Okay. I mean, we could just keep going until we find someone and then cross that bridge when we get to it. The doorman might have been right. There might legitimately be no one here except the high-ups like Cannery.
Yeah.
And this place is trapped.
Yeah, I'll look around. Does it feel like magic in here, or is it just like an empty, like echoey room?
Make an Arcana check for us.
Yeah, okay. That's a slick 5.
It's hard to tell without any form of magical assistance. At the moment, it does just look on face value to be a mundane little hall.
Okay. Well, I guess we just keep yeah. Should we holler? Like, just like,
Yeah.
hello?
Hello?
Camry, please.
All you hear is the sound of your own voices echoing back to you within this room. There doesn't seem to be any call back, any even like shuffling or anything like that. There is an eerie level of silence in this room. Just seen as you probably went up to look real close at this wall of names, didn't you, Cabal?
Yeah.
The door that is on that same wall, the only one that's not marked as a specific group, it doesn't have a handle. When you get close to it, you notice all it has is a kind of needle protruding from right in the center of it. And what you also notice is there's a vial, empty at the moment, of something lying on the floor next to it, just abandoned.
Right. I think it's guys, I think this door is some sort of poison lock. I don't know.
And I'll wave everybody over to it and have a look at it.
Yeah, go over.
Wouldn't be surprised if it's some kind of identification, like you know, tests your blood and then lets you through if you're someone who's permitted.
What's the does the vial have any labels on it? Or
no, it's a very, very small vial, unmarked. You do note some kind of red, dry staining at the bottom, though.
I wonder if someone used that to get in when they shouldn't have.
We don't have anyone's blood who would be allowed in here, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance can reset it up so we can get in, but I wouldn't say a big chance.
So, what we think if we stab ourselves on the needle, it'll let us in if we're allowed?
I mean,
Well,
I would avoid stabbing yourself on the actual needle in case it's poisoned. I mean, you could just cut your hand over it and drip it on. If pouring things out of the vial works, and I'm sure that will as well. That's what the vial's there for.
just before we do any of this,
I'm just going to try and push the door and see if it'll open.
And it swings open.
I mean, we've been here so many times before, so... You give it a good shove, and it does not move.
I mean, it seems a bit dark magic for a military base, to be honest. If that's what this is.
It could just be a good solution. I mean, how else are they going to keep us out but let people like Canry in? Without a guard, I mean, they don't.
Yes, let's give them a round of applause, 3.
Okay.
I'm also going to go and assume that if someone's blood touches it who isn't allowed in, there's measures in place.
I mean,
Oh, I didn't think of that.
I'd like to see what that is because otherwise we're getting a blank wall here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well,
I'll
we
be
don't
the
have any of
distance.
Canry's blood, do we?
We don't have
carrying
that.
any
Why
of that
would we have
around.
that, 3?
No.
Well, I don't know, maybe...
Do you?
No, that's why I asked. If I had some of Canry's blood, we would already be in.
If you
Of
think back
any
to
blood.
session 2, when she's like, here's a little memento to remember me by.
We could go back out and find a guard and, acquire some blood, but I don't really know how to do that in a friendly way.
Yeah, no, we could do that. That's an escalation. 3, but absolutely.
Well, no, we could just...
Hi, we've just broken into the base. We've come out to ask you if you have any blood we could use.
We've gotten up to your
no.
first locked door to keep people out.
And we've run for the authorities, who are the people we are trying to trespass on.
I'm not saying we ask. We could wait until they're asleep and then...
Steal their blood.
You
take a
used to
little-
be such a good boy, Number.
It's been a tough few weeks.
It's a good idea, 3. It is. I see where you're coming from, but we can't just like siphon.
Well, for it. I took invisibility for a reason.
We can't just siphon people's blood without their consent. That's weird.
Also,
We only need a little... Okay, well, I mean, I'm willing to try one of our bloods, but I don't think we'll be allowed in.
Yeah, we could try.
So-
There's a chance that can reset it up so that
I
we're
mean-
allowed in.
I mean, okay, so you said that there's a bit of dried blood in the bottom of this vial, right?
Well,
Like it's dry.
it's
It's red.
It's like red staining, so there's only like the faintest bit left.
So you can like dilute it a little bit and like get a bit of a tiny mixture if like heat it up, give it a bit of a wash.
You can give it a
Yeah.
go if you wish.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Let me see if I've got. Can you create water?
No.
I didn't take. No, crap! I don't have it prepared. Stupid cure wounds.
What do we need that for?
I know.
I mean, we can just find a tap. Is there like a bathroom?
Not
Can we just like
You'd have to go exploring to find one, but
somewhere? Yeah, I mean, water skin. Do we have water skins? Assumedly.
I assume you should. Yeah, that's basic starting stuff. So
Okay. And does anyone have like a flame?
Not a small one.
Arabella
In the
throws a
box.
fireball at the tiny bite.
If someone presents me with a candle, a torch, or a small bonfire, I can turn it on or off, but...
Do I have any of those?
Okay.
I have a torch.
Yeah, that'll do.
Hey!
Torch will be. Torch is a
Tree's
great
gonna bring
idea.
out a torch.
I'm gonna finger guns at it and use druidcraft to instantly light it.
Okay.
That's
Magic
amazing.
missile!
And do we have any tongs or like something that we can like? I was like
I've got
my yeah, mage hand's great. Okay, we can do that maybe. We just hold it like above it and like sort of
Yeah.
let it bubble a little bit until it starts staining.
DM, does the water start going red if we boil it?
No, I'm no chemist.
Good.
This will be easy then.
Means I can let anything fly.
Yeah.
No, this is. I adore how creative this is and just what a good idea it is. So, after a while, kind of like swirling it around, letting the water kind of mix and chip away at this this dried liquid, the water itself does start to kind of take on a pinky hue. I assume you're letting it evaporate a bit as well to kind of like get down to kind of condense it a little bit. So you have like a small bit of a bit of a richer color of pink, but it's still a very light color.
Oh, well, I was thinking, instead of, like, pouring the liquid over the needle, like, I could empty my water skin, put the liquid in the water, put the tiny bits of liquid in the water skin, and then, like, puncture my water skin on the needle.
Are you thinking so it simulated, like, puncturing a hand?
Yeah, like, so...
I don't think it's a bad idea, because the water skin's technically made of, well, skin, isn't it? It's leather.
No, true. Fair point.
May as well cover all the bases.
Yeah? Are we gonna...
Pop that sucker.
Yeah.
Hey.
You can buy a new water skin. I'm fairly sure I've got thread.
Mm-hmm.
Stitch it up.
I've got a scroll of mending.
What a thing to use it on.
Picked that up ages ago. Come on.
In the politest way possible, if you do that, I'm going to stand over there as the person with an AC that's barely in double figures.
Yeah, I didn't prepare Mage Hand today, so I am just, like, holding this up.
Oh, I still have Mage Hand, sorry, I can do that.
Oh, please, yeah,
stand
okay.
far away, that's a good idea.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
I'll back up and bring the shield up.
Come on,
Yeah,
gang,
cool.
huddle up. Yeah,
So
and then
slowly
can I use
back off.
Mage Hand to pierce the water skin on the needle?
You all huddle together as you watch this, like, partially see-through hand slowly just push a water skin onto a needle. Huddle together, waiting for something terrible to happen. You see the now kind of diluted liquid make its way onto the needle, make its way across the door, kind of like veins, and you hear a clicking noise.
Oh shit. Okay. Didn't expect that
Yes.
to work.
I use Mage Hand to push the door open.
Yeah, of course. It swings open and you see a staircase to the next level.
Sick.
Okay.
Let's
Who's-
go.
I was hoping they had like an elevator or something. It's a long way up.
Are those even invented?
This is actually my 70-floor mega dungeon. So you've got 800 feet
Oh,
to
yeah.
go up. You guys head up to the next floor of the building, and at the top of the stairs there is a circular corridor with a couple of doors, several places along it. A few of the doors seem to have people's names on them. They appear to be offices for people. One of them has the word workshop on it. And straight ahead is the entranceway to the spire. You can kind of see a small corridor leading to it. It has, it's dimly lit, this bottom floor. There isn't any, like, furniture or anything, and there also isn't any stairs up to a higher floor. All there is a kind of drawn out in paint magical circle in the center of the spire.
I didn't think this would involve so many puzzles.
People have to work here. Imagine.
I can't imagine going through this every day.
Any ideas?
There's some kind of magic circle. 3, this could be that elevator that you just invented.
Oh, that would be helpful.
Maybe you just stand on it and, like, say Canry, and then hopefully it takes you up.
3 immediately does that.
Right, so 3.
Oh my god.
He dies immediately.
First off, Ed, you motherfucker. This is the equivalent of a magical elevator. So, you all,
Okay.
you will watch as 3 walks down this corridor and stands in the middle of this magical circle, and it lights up this bright white for a minute. And then you just see 3 rotate in mid-air and turn upside down and plummet upwards.
3's just gonna let out like a cat-like screech as he just kind of flies out of you.
Oh,
I guess 3 is
this
gone.
is this is very, very good. 3 should Three should invent more machines to torture himself with.
Cat's always land on their feet, he'll be fine.
How fast is he going up? Like...
You all can't see him anymore.
Oh shit!
For the time being, I'm sticking the narration with you three, and we don't know what happened to the cat.
We need to go after him. We can't leave him.
We do.
I don't know. Is anyone else feeling like they need a short rest?
Yeah. Let's stay
No.
here for a bit. I'm scared
Alright.
that my bones won't survive this elevator, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Marie runs it into the middle and shouts "Canry" as well.
And same thing. You see Marie just rotate and disappear up this potential chute now.
Gosh.
If this is a TPK, I'm gonna be so mad.
Alright. Okay. I'm gonna look at Arabella, and I am going to turn my staff, tap it on the ground, and I am going to cast Summon Beast. And I'm going to summon a beast of the. This is the one where it's like a spirit that takes like the form of a thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me just get my actual. Let me get the description of it now. Oh, it's small. Damn it! I thought it was medium. Shit. I was basically summoning you a pillow. A pillow creature. Like a pillow.
Thank you, Kamal.
You summon a hummingbird to ride.
A swarm of rats.
Oh well.
Well, I've summoned this creature now. So I guess I'd summon what's a small? I summon a cat. It takes the remember like a spectral cat.
Oh well. Arabella,
I will hold it out, and then Cabal immediately hears himself in his mind saying, "I bought this cat to break your fall." Pulls it back and just steps into the thing, and he's like,
good luck, Camry.
Cabal also sails upwards.
I wish to adjust my own density to make myself double weight, and then I'll go as well.
Double weight.
No, halfway, sorry.
I was
I
gonna
went full fast.
going to say.
"We're gonna have to make a dexterity saving throw in a second." You
Fucking momentum. Just flying up.
Right.
Arabella's
I'd like
just
to-
I want to make sure I die upon impact 100%.
and here she,
I have had
and
enough.
here, a very literal magic bullet.
This is the TPK. I would like to halve my own density.
Cool.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say. And then step to the circle and say, can really?
So, you also step into the magic circle and you feel yourself rotate in mid-air and start sailing upwards, not at the same speed that everyone else did. You managed to kind of adjust your own gravity to make yourself more float upwards than everyone else plummeted. Essentially, you all fly about 750 feet into the air, just at full speed. And at the last 50 feet, it slows right down and comes down to a crawl, bringing you into this large chamber. A chamber that it's not bound by gravity. You find yourself essentially floating your way in, and you remain in mid-air. It's kind of almost like swimming, kind of. You could kind of just slightly move yourself around in this space. In this area, you see there's a large glass window covering the whole circle of it. Around the room, there are a whole bundle of scrying equipments, things like crystal balls floating around the place, a lot of sending stones, like a whole circle of hundreds of these, each with different labels on, with different names. And in the middle of the room, there is currently a illusionary 3D map of the city of Crucium. Around the map is Canry, who is currently floating in mid-air, who has just noticed your entrance. There's also a wood elf with tied back long hair, but because it's tied back, you can kind of see the side of his head is shaved down and has kind of like an intricate forest pattern shaved into it. He's got sort of copper skin. He's well dressed, and he has just pulled something out of his jacket and is pointing it directly at Three, who was the first person to enter the room. There are also two soldiers either side of Three who are kind of pulling their swords out.
Wait, I know Canary!
Henry kind of glances up and like does a hand signal for him to lower his weapon, and kind of looks to her and just lets go of it and just has it floating in front of him. Eventually the rest of you come into the room after your prolonged conversation. Leaving Three by himself for quite a while.
When Cabal arrives, he'll take in the scene and be like,
Oh, it did have windows. 3, we could have thrown rocks. You were right.
Henry kind of...
and then I'll let this spectral cat down. Just loose in this office.
Just a floating cat now. It has no instructions. It doesn't know what it's been brought into this realm for, and now it's just kind of rotating in midair.
Be ready. Be amusing, but ready.
Bree's gonna look like really delighted upon seeing this cat and then look confused. Did you try and replace me?
No, this was intended to cushion the shock of Arabella's fall. And it die in place of her.
And I'll look down at the cat and then look up at the War Council of Elevion.
Henry, after letting you all do that, she's going to swivel herself in mid-air to face you and be like, impressive that you managed to get past the lock and all that. Did you steal one of my staff members' blood?
No.
Because
I told you that would have worked.
That's how I would have got in if I were you. I was just Anyway, it's great to see you. How goes things?
Productive. Yes, things are moving.
Yeah.
Good. That's great. Things haven't been great on this side, so it's good to hear that things are still moving along on your side. Sorry, this is Herif. She gestures over to the wood elf. He makes most of our military weaponry, so we've just been convening about trying to develop something that could take on a dragon. It's not been going super. How can I help you all?
It's an undead dragon, yeah?
Yes.
Maybe it will be easier to kill if it's already kind of half dead.
I just meant maybe you could exercise it rather than fighting it, you know?
Also, ultimately, the presence of an undead thing means that there's some fucker somewhere has like brought them back, and all we have to do is find that fucker and then get him, and then it's all done.
I am so glad you brought that up, Marie. That is actually a key point. An undead being, especially of that level of power, is usually bound to something, some kind of phylactery or a specific person that is giving it life and controlling it. So we have been hard at work trying to track down that individual. But of course we have been very overcome on this side of things, trying to defend our walls and make sure we get the least amount of deaths on our side as possible. So, if you're not doing anything, we have a power source of an undead dragon that needs tracking down. You know, if you're in the neighborhood and you all wish to do a bit of labor.
Well, we've got things to be getting on with.
This sounds pretty important, though. Do you have any clues so far?
What do you know already that we don't?
Well, she's gonna wave her hand and bring up a map of all of Tramia. The monsters come from the north, the scorched tundra, and when we tracked in the direction that this dragon was coming from, it was also from the north. So we can only assume that that's where whatever dark magic brought it back is from. I'm not going to lie to you that our knowledge on the north is pretty slim. They've locked down all entrances to it pretty tightly. We've tried sailing across on covert missions, but every single time our ships have gone missing. So we don't have much we can give you.
Realistically, are we strong enough, Henry, to go to the scorched tundra, just the four of us, and kill a necromancer? I absolutely want to be as helpful as possible, but I almost think it might be worth getting a little stronger before we take that on.
No. Yes, it would be bad to lose our key weapons this early on in the fight. We've been in development of a few things. Gareth here has he found some ancient tomes about specific weapons that are designed for doing extra damage to draconic entities. He's still in the works, researching it, trying to craft it, but we're getting closer to defending ourselves. I'm not going to lie to you all. The odds right now for Crucium are very much skewed against us. We have lost the northwestern part of our city. We don't know how many have been massacred there, and so many of the Knights of the Silver Stream have gone missing and haven't reported back to base. It's looking dire.
Do you mind if we took some time to discuss it?
Between you all? Sure. She looks around the room, which has no doors. It's just one large space, and is like, I can get all of us in one corner and cast deafness on us if you want.
Can we not just go back downstairs for a little bit?
I mean, sure. Yeah, that's better idea.
Are we up for a team talk?
Yes, absolutely.
Aye, sounds good.
Right, I'll swim towards the chute.
Cool. You all get the central reverse effect from coming up. It just shoots you down and then kind of slowly lowers you down to the floor.
What do we think then, gang? About actively going to hunt down Devotion, I'm assuming.
What do you think, this is a devotion?
I'm assuming it was her who summoned the dragon, yeah.
I'd be very surprised if they're not at least connected.
Yeah, well, she knows who did.
Nice.
I really want to help. I mean, Canry's... the Crucium is clearly in a dire situation. I just am genuinely not sure if we're capable of doing... I don't think we're strong enough to fight a necromancer who can summon a dragon.
No. I don't think so either.
I mean, we can go and recover the other weapons and then go and fight it, except what if it's too late? What if the city's fallen?
That's what I was thinking.
How do we expedite what we're doing? Is there any way we can, get a move on with it?
There's no one we can really ask for help. I mean, Henry's our most powerful ally, and obviously they're already stretched thin here as it is.
I share your concerns that we may not be strong enough to deal with this, but nobody else is.
Exactly. I mean, do you think we have a kind of moral obligation to try?
Yeah.
Well, let's not go nuts, but...
I'm just asking, I wasn't stating that as the truth.
Maybe we don't, go in looking for a fight just yet, but gather some more information. That would allow us to at least figure out if we're prepared enough.
Did it take all three champions to slay the dragon last time?
I mean, it is pre-slain now.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
I
mean, realistically, it would probably be easier to target the caster. You can't ignore the fact that might bring about the wrath of the dragon also.
I'm worried we're underselling ourselves here, though. Like, let's be real. We're powerful beings who have become more so, have learned to work well as a team. And there are two Etin heads in the cart downstairs that would definitely speak to the truth of that if they could.
And we're strong enough to take out an Etin easily. Yeah, we're a strong group, but I mean, there's a pretty marked difference between an Etin and a necromantic dragon. Do you think we're strong enough, Kamal?
I don't know, but this city isn't.
It comes back to the being, if there's a chance that we are, then I feel like we should take it. Like, I feel like we have a responsibility.
Maybe.
Well, if you think it's maybe, I think we should do it.
We could at least try, right? I mean, people are dying every day here. If there's a chance we can stop that, we should try.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a very real chance this is going to get us killed, though.
Doesn't sound any different to any other day.
I mean,
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Die any day. Might as well do it fighting a cool undead dragon, I guess.
Are we gonna say yes then? Are we gonna go up north and have a crack?
I think it's worth taking it onto our to-do list.
Like, if they've sent, like, armies, like, north, and, like, how are we gonna find our way in? We know nothing about it.
We'll head to the northwest of the city and maybe look for leads there. Look at the damage that's been done, see if we can get any clues ourselves, talk to the people, see if Thingy Steelweaver is here, see if we can get any eyes on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't imagine.
We should take on this problem before we go after the other weapons.
We have as much a lead on this, which takes us in the direction of one, as we do on the other.
This is big decision, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. We should agree on something, but I'm coming to think that we should try going up north and finding Devotion, and if it is her, and the Necromancer, and at least dealing with the dragon problem. I'm not saying we deal with the entire army.
What if the Necromancer is way out of our league?
What if he's got 20 arms and each one of them has a big sword that screams? Like, we can't know.
I really hope it's not that, whatever it is.
It's a bigger risk to go up north, but also it seems like the right thing to do.
It potentially saves the most lives.
Exactly.
And I think that's what we should focus on, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, being the champions is about more than, killing gods and whatever. It's about helping people. That's what the original champions did, wasn't it?
I guess so.
Is everybody happy with going up north and trying to put a stop to this necromancer?
No, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
If it has the highest chance of saving the most lives, then that's the right decision, I think.
I think you're right.
Okay, good. Let's tell Canby that.
You all head all the way back up again. You find the group as they were discussing other matters, but they all stop as you re-enter the room, and Canby looks across and like,
Damn it.
I should have cast Beast Sense on
The cat that's
on my
just
cat.
floating around.
Yeah, the cat didn't come
wait.
down, did it?
No, they're both concentration spells. It wouldn't have worked. I would have had to find the cat and bring it in.
Henry looks across to you all as you enter and is like, "Is everything alright?"
Yes. And we have come to a decision. We have decided that the best thing for us to do is to go up north and try and deal with the dragon.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. If you manage to do this, that might just be the edge that we need to save Crucium, to win this city back. Herif, I think, is... Well, he's close to making a breakthrough with his work. If you're happy sticking around in the city a few days, we can work together, make something, and then you're free to use any of the facilities here in the base to train up as you wish, do any research you need, anything.
I'm assuming we can have full access to your research on the dragon then.
Of course. Although it's...
Yeah, also, could we get some kind of badges or something? Because we got really hassled by a cop on the way here.
Well, that is another thing that is worth discussing. In order to give you these full privileges, everything that you might require, we may need to come out into the open, at least within the close circle of this military, of who you are. That's up to your own discretion. See, I understand that there is certain benefits to remaining incognito about it, and we would make sure that it doesn't get out to the civilians at least, but the Order of Serenity, I know they have been up to something, and I know they do not want me in charge of this military effort anymore, and I know that they are not keen on the whole prophecy situation.
So wouldn't it be best to keep it secret from them?
It would, but we all work in the same facility, so
Get around.
you would be walking past them if you remained here working with me. They would see you in corridors.
Yeah, but could you not just say that we're powerful adventurers that you've hired?
It's secret or it's not, isn't it?
To a degree, yes. I have power as a military tactician, but I don't have the authority to just give out free passes to people without a good reason for the rest of the higher-ups.
Well then, I don't know what measures you have to surveil the military structure supposedly under your own authority. But if you believe that there might be rancor and treason afoot in the Order of Serenity, then from my point of view, I can't speak for my colleagues, but you should tell them. You should absolutely tell them who we are.
You want to smoke them out.
Tell them, and I'll look around at us all, that we are Eldath's chosen. Let them come to Cabal, and let him tell them that the age of men is over, and the age of mages and beasts is here.
And as you say that, one of the guards that is just manning the room, you hear him say behind, just like, Did you hear that? And he is holding a sending stone in his hand. Did you hear that, ma'am? They're here, all of them are here. And you hear through the sending stone. Very good. Now, prove your devotion to me. And the high elf. The high elf that is
pitch.
in the room with you. He is going to begin to shift his skin, getting paler and paler, his eyes becoming hollow, his mouth kind of rescinding and just becoming a hole, his hair becoming pale white. But then you notice one of the eyes is completely hollow, the other one is red, draconic-like. One of his arms is completely white, the other one is also draconic. Patches of draconic flesh seem to be stitched onto the body, as if he's performed surgery on himself in order to give himself these pieces.
I move. Do we have a moment, or is this like...
I mean, like, he is slow. Yeah, he's shifting back, so you have maybe a moment or two to perform something.
Just get body in front of Canry?
Yeah, of course you can. He's going to pull out a little bit of flesh, and he's going to look down and be like, this is all for you. And he is going to bite into it, and as he does, he lets out an unholy scream as his body kind of starts to contort in mid-air. The draconic parts of himself that are stitched on start to spread across his body, slowly spreading scales across the whole thing, and his body starts to increase in size, his neck elongating, his hair starting to kind of like fall away, floating. Wings start to burst out of the armor, protruding from his back. And slowly he turns into a huge abomination of nature. Some kind of strange cross-section between an actual four-legged dragon, but with a sort of humanish expression on its face, silver hair dripping off of its head.
This is cultural appropriation of the highest order.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Betrayal on the Trail. If you like what you just saw, make sure you leave us a like to let us know. And make sure you subscribe so you never miss out on any of the adventure.